is not just about the revenue it was bringing in for my business. It was about the way I made my clients feel.
Hello and welcome to the Elevate podcast. I'm your host, Patricia Nowakowski. I am a salon owner, educator, and mindset coach that helps hairstylists and salon owners go from overwhelmed and burnt out to motivated and empowered. It is my mission to help you systemize your business, generate more profit, and create a career behind the chair that you love. Join us every week to learn about small shifts you can make to elevate your business regarding mindset, marketing, social media, business systems, and so much more.
Welcome to today's episode of the Elevate podcast. I am going to share my purpose and my why. And I think this is so important for everyone to hear today because having a solid purpose and a solid why is so important for your business. So the reason why having a solid purpose for your business is so very important, and having a reason why you do what you do every single day is going to create success for your business. Because if you don't have a solid purpose and if you don't align with your purpose, then when things get tough, you give up. So when we have a why and we have a vision and we have a purpose, the things that we do on a daily basis provide fulfillment for us. And that is what life is about. Life is about finding your purpose and finding fulfillment and finding a reason to keep pushing forward because it's bigger than you. So my reason is, one, I saw that there was a huge hole in the market for extension education. So that is a real reason why I decided to create Grace Hand Tied, and I'm going to go into detail today in today's episode. But I want to start with sharing my extension journey and why I decided to go all in on extensions for myself and create my salon, which is focused heavily on extension services as well. So first and foremost, I decided to go all in on extensions because I was stuck in a hustle culture, and I was stuck in a moment of my life where I had just had a baby and I was double and triple booking working with an assistant. And after I had my son, I realized that I could no longer move forward with this type of work ethic because by the time I got home for my family, I had nothing left. I had no energy. I had no patience. I was tired. And I knew that the balance in my life needed to shift, because I wasn't finding happiness at work and I wasn't finding happiness at home. And that equals very, very little energy for me and for everything that I was doing. So I decided I needed to work smarter, not harder. So I decided to go all in on extensions. And I want to also add that I have done extensions for the last 15 years. I've tried every single type of extension, tape extensions, bonded extensions. And to be honest, I wasn't really 100% happy with the results I was getting from different methods. And I wasn't 100% happy with the way that my client's hair looked and the condition it was left in after some of these were, installed and taken out. Also, I wasn't 100% happy with the results and the way that they looked. So I decided to take a hand-tied extension class, and this was about 4 or 5 years ago, really before extensions started to really explode in our industry, because I knew that I wanted to really find a service that I could take 1 or 2 clients a day and really maximize the amount of revenue I was bringing inside of my business. So I went all in. I really invested in education. I spent a huge amount of money on a class and a huge amount of money on a mastermind to really make sure that I could have the support that I needed inside of this new journey I was about to embark. Well, come to find out, after wearing the method myself and after doing the method for roughly around 6 months on my clients, no matter how I tweaked it and no matter how I tried to adjust it, I personally was experiencing damage, and I was seeing damage on my client's scalp.
Hey stylists, thanks for learning with us. As a thank you from the Elevate podcast, we have a little surprise for you, ready to use captions and stock photos for stylists and extension artists. Just copy, paste, and post. To snag your copy, visit gracehandtiedmethod.com/free.
I really loved hand-tied extensions and the way that they were applied because of the results I was receiving and the way that they looked. But I knew that I couldn't deep down provide the service any longer because I couldn't ignore the amount of damage that was happening on myself and on my guests. So I decided to experiment and I decided to take other classes. Again, I wasn't finding results that I wanted. So I decided to create my own. And this was where Grace Hand Tied was actually created. I have an amazing assistant. I think at one time she had 3 different methods on her head. We tested so many different things, and we finally found something that worked for our clients and for us. And the reason why I love hand tied extensions is not just about the revenue it was bringing in for my business. It was about the way I made my clients feel. My clients were feeling amazing after they left the salon, and I felt amazing about myself. I just felt like my beauty was restored after I had my kids. I lost a lot of my hair. I had hormonal hair loss. So I loved the results that I was experiencing for my clients and for me. Then I started getting clients in. And I started hearing horror stories from the experiences that my clients were actually having inside of salons and the way that their hair looked and the way that they were treated. And this is something that I just couldn't ignore. And I know that there is so much that goes into being a successful extension artist. It's not just about the hair that you do. It's about the experience you deliver. It's about really mastering your technique and becoming an expert. It's about your marketing. It's about your social media. There are so many different things that really need to be implemented to create a successful extension business. And I really wanted to educate stylists that it's not about the money when it comes to extension services. This is not a get rich quick service. This is a service that you need to dedicate time and you need to dedicate your skill level. You really need to go all in, because if you don't, you can really create damage on people's head. That is permanent. And you can really just kind of traumatize women. And women are investing so much money in these services, and they deserve so much more. Also, I saw a hole and a gap in the education that was delivered. A lot of these extension classes are more concerned about selling the hair than they are really about equipping the stylists that with all the things that they need to really create a successful business. Because it isn't just like, let's take an extension class and then we're going to get all the extension clients. It's not how it works. You really have to put strategy into what you're doing behind the chair and how you're positioning yourself on social media and your marketing effort to really create a long-lasting business and a really thriving extension business. I can honestly tell you that extensions are the number one service inside of my salon. The number one service. And my artists that work inside of my salon, their number one service is extension services. Well, the ones that want to do extensions. So I know that when you actually put in the effort and you actually know the strategy that you need to know to build your business, you can be successful. There's also one key component that is something that is the most important. And I talk about this all the time, and that's your mindset. You know, I see so many stylists living in this lack mindset, poverty consciousness, not feeling that they can charge a certain amount, not feeling comfortable charging a certain amount, not feeling that they are worth it. And this also is a huge disservice to our industry, because we all set the standard together. And when some people are setting a really low standard and they're undercharging and they're not putting what they need to into these services, then it makes it really hard for other stylists to really elevate themselves and their business and their extension services. So I really wanted to focus in on changing the mindset of artists as well, so they can really start really taking this as a serious business and really start shifting that consciousness to really start elevating themselves and elevating their mindset so they can do what they need to do to provide the best that they need to do for themselves and for their business. Mindset, method, marketing, message. Those are the 4 key components. And when you really know how to do all 4 of those things, you can really build a beautiful business for yourself that allows you to change women's lives, and it allows you to truly work smarter, not harder. And you can enjoy being at work again and really enjoy being the artist because you can take your time and you can really invest the time and attention you need in order to create a beautiful service and not rush through things. So that is my passion. That is my why. My why is that I want to help elevate the extension part of our industry, and I really want to help elevate the client experience, and that starts by educating stylists. And I really want to change the mindset of stylists so they can really start creating a business that they should be creating and not giving into their ego and undermining themselves because they don't feel that they're worth it. So that is today's episode. I hope it was helpful for you, and I hope that you have a why and a purpose for your business. And if you don't, you should definitely think about creating one today and really think about why you love doing what you do, because that's where your purpose and your why is going to start.
Did you like what you learned in today's episode? Visit gracehandtiedmethod.com to learn more about how we can help you grow your business, including social media classes, workshops, and masterminds, plus so much more. Have a specific question or topic you'd like us to cover? DM us on Instagram at gracehandtiedmethod. We're here to support you and your business in any way that we can. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next week.